Hey guys, just trying to share my thoughts here quickly, and give you the update on the levels and what we can see probably here because today's action was less than okay, I can say weaker than what I would expect because I wanted this new high to make a wave five, a clear wave five here. Not that it has been invalidated already. In the midday update when I said that okay, it's fine as long as it's above 5330, it can still head up and make a new high. Looks weaker than usual at this point, but it can happen that it does this double test and maybe there will be some sort of a news update and it kind of moves higher, right? So that's still possible to do that. I would not kind of take it out of the picture as of now, but what if that does not happen, right? What if it starts dropping and we do not get this clear uh, five waves up as in as in a leading diag, right? So we have to kind of think of the options. First and foremost, I mean, leading diagonals become a little you know uh, you can say that a little bit in different in shape in the way that this can come a little bit lower but still go higher after that and all that. So there are like kind of possibilities. Could be an expanding diagonal as well if this comes in a little lower and then goes higher. You can imagine that something like this, if happens, it will become an expanding format rather than leading diagonal. It can be an expanding diagonal, right? So still something that we can consider as five waves up as long as we get this high without breaking this demand zone at 5030, right? So there would be some options available as such, but overall we need to understand what risk we will be looking at if this doesn't happen, right? So far, what we have got clearly is just three waves up. One, two, three. We had this dip and we did not get the fifth one, right? So what is clear is that this is three waves up, which is another ABC. Now, can this continue in a way where something else is in the play? Maybe the bottom is in, maybe the bottom is not, and we don't know yet, right? Until we get a clear formation. But what if this formation keeps on happening as a three waves up, like I just explained, and we had these three waves down as well, right? So a three waves up here in this formation in these 5 or 6 days of candles, and now the price comes back again. It either tests that demand at 5050, 5030, which I shared, right, and comes in another ABC way, right, something like this over the next 3 4 days, and post that we get another high. So all in all, what will be going on is that you had this ABC, you will have this ABC going up, and then probably this is going to keep continuing, right? And because this is not in itself a structure to take it to the new highs. This could be just a 333 going up and then a 333 coming down as well again, right? So basically a large WXY could be a play in a longer scheme of things, right? So basically one ABC, 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 right? Something like that, because this in itself does not make this particular 5 days of action in itself is not making much sense unless we get that leading dag, which we were looking at. So if you will go and zoom down, here is what it looks like, right? So the key levels on a shorter time frames would be certainly that we don't want it to break below the lows that it had in the morning in the dip, right? And after that we are certainly looking at let's go into the hourly levels. We don't want it to start breaking below 5300 right from here, right? So go start breaking below 5300, then of course you have 5216 as a level, right? Below that you have 5100 or 5109 as this level right here. And then we have this demand zone, right? So there are few levels below if it starts, dropping, right? I think if it drops below 5340, next probably would be testing, 5216, and if goes below that as well, then 5109, right? So, as long as when it comes down, we know that this is three waves up. We will be looking at doing what it really does, whether it comes and make a fifth wave, or whether it comes and just do some sort of another three wave structure before it makes another high, and then we are just into long chop for probably coming many weeks, maybe 6 8 weeks or so, right? Gonna be very challenging that way, but it will be you know uh, still a very corrective action. But new low will be made here at 4645, which in itself is a problem in our overall that bull theory that we had for a wave 5 overall up. So a lot of changes will come with such a kind of an action, and we'll see and think through and work through it as that happens, right? So there is no point in speculating that kind of move as of yet until it gets very clear what are we forming right here, right? So all in all, let's see what happens in the morning, whether it holds this level and try to make a move up, or it doesn't and then just goes into this corrective formation, right? A new low will be protected as long as it does not start breaking below 5030. And this can be a strong bounce area like we had here, sending it once more again to into higher levels, and just keep making these complex corrective move until the dust settles down with all the political tariff and the kind of trade wars that we are going on. So not a very clean way of moving things here or doing things here, right? So have to be very careful on either side. If you look at VIX from on the other end, it did kind of came right into the point. And I was traveling at today for after afternoon, and this is what was kind of bothering me when I looked into it. That a new high was in trouble, as VIX was already down so much into our demand level, but SPX was not into the level where we would wanted it to see at 5500 or at 5495, right? It was like 50 60 points below. So this was a problem, and this is where the challenge is of getting a new high. So either tomorrow the VIX drops below this and we get a new high, or this is gonna spike up and we are gonna go down back into either those 5200 level or maybe 5100 or lower, right? So that's a possibility for VIX to rise up again, right? So this is something that we need to be looking at least in the tomorrow morning. That if VIX starts breaking out and it recaptures 35 and above, it's gonna be a challenge for bulls there. So that's all what I wanted to kind of share in this video. Hopefully this helps, and I'll share more charts in the morning. Thank you very much.